Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much for this interview.
No problem. No worries, eh? Okay.
You are strong. Keabetswe Mathane is a rising name in women's boxing, representing South Africa with pride and grit. Her journey didn't start in the spotlight. It was built through head amateur battles, national tournaments, and consistent growth. She competed 4 times at the South African Championships, earning 1 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. On top of that, she proved her dominance locally, he becoming a Gauteng Champion and Johannesburg Champion, a clear sign of her elite level. It's one of the most competitive regions in the country. She is not just another prospect. She is a fighter with experience, hunger, and a real story behind her rise. I really, I really respect you. And first question. When did you first fall in love with boxing and what drew you into the sport?
What drew me in the sport, I think, is the love of it because I felt I fell in love with it for the first time because I tried many different sports. I've been doing different sports, but the moment I joined boxing, that's where I fell in love. I'm like, I really love this sport. I'm passionate in it. Yeah.
Every boxer has a starting point, but not everyone has the courage to continue. The early days are always the hardest. You have to prove yourself without recognition. That's what builds real fighters. Who was your first coach and how did they shape you as a boxer?
My first coach is Coach Steven Msimanga. He's still my coach also now in pro. He's been working with me through in and out until now. So he's the person who shaped me to be who I am today.
What was your childhood like and how did it influence your boxing journey?
My childhood was a normal childhood. I used to be naughty. Obviously, all kids become naughty. But I think when I started joining boxing, that's where I became disciplined at a very young age because I started boxing 2009 and I think I was 7 years old by that time. As I fell in love with the sport, I got disciplined at a very young age to a point where I recognized most of the things that are happening in my surroundings.
Amateur boxing is where real fighters are made. You don't just learn skills, you learn how to win and lose. Competing at national level is never easy. It requires consistency and mental strength. What did it mean to you to compete 4 times at the South African Championships?
It meant a lot because I wanted to prove to myself that I can do it, that I'm strong enough to be where I want to be. I wanted to prove it to also to my coach to put him in the next level, like his name to be recognized as a coach because he was also a boxer. So I wanted to prove for to myself, also my coach, that I can do it as even if I'm a woman, I can do it at the end of the day. So I went to the championships. It was a difficult challenge. I had different nation, different styles that I had to, what's this? I had to adapt to them, but with my passion and love, I showed how strong am I as a boxer.
Do you remember your first amateur fight? Tell me about this fight.
My first amateur fight.
Yeah.
My first amateur fight, I lost because I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Like inside the ring, I didn't know. I was not even focused. My first amateur fight made me to be where I am because I started to be questioning myself that am I strong enough to win the second fight? Am I gonna continue to win the second fight? Then I started to train and I started to be more stronger each and every time when I train. And then the second amateur fight, that's where I started to win.
Oh. Tell me about your first fight that you won.
In amateur,
Yes.
my first fight that I won, I think I was 8 years old. I was against my best friend, my ex-best friend. She was also into boxing until she left boxing. And then she was my opponent in my second fight. And then I started to beat her. And then when I started to win, then I started to fight a different girl. Her name is Chesney. She's also the second girl that I won my fight in, and the other one from the Gautengs as well.
Winning medals is one thing, but winning different types of medals shows consistency. Gold, silver, bronze, each tells a different story. It means you stayed at the top of a long time. That's not easy. Which medal meant the most to you and why?
My last bronze, actually, it really meant a lot to me because I was dedicating that medal to my grandmother who passed away, and she was also my biggest supporter. It really meant a lot, but I couldn't get the gold as I promised her. But at the end of the day, I came out with the medal, and that really meant something. That showed how strong am I. And yeah, it was my last amateur fight in the essays.
Your local dominance in Gauteng and Johannesburg says a lot about your level. Your level is high. Those are not easy regions to win it. You had to beat strong opponents consistently. That builds confidence. How important were your Gauteng and Johannesburg titles for your career?
Very important because if you know that I'm a Gauteng champion, it really means a lot, especially you from Gauteng. It really means a lot. It shows that you represent the province itself. So I, the Gauteng championships, the gold, me winning those things means a lot because I want to be a champion. I want to be a Gauteng champion. I want to be a South African champion. I want to be a WBC champion. You understand? So me winning the Gauteng title is quite a nice thing because I am, that shows I'm representing Gauteng itself.
I really, I really respect fighters who stay consistent in amateur boxing for years. It's not just about your talent, it's about discipline and repetition. You competed multiple times at a high national level. That says a lot about your mindset. How do you stay motivated through multiple South African champions? Tell me please about your motivation in boxing.
My motivation in boxing is my mom, my grandma, my family, basically, because to be where I am is them. I want to change the environment at home to be able to build a house for my family to so that they can stay comfortable in future purposes. And it really disciplined me. Also, my family is the reason I wake up each and every day knowing the goals that I want for them. It's hard, but at the end of the day, I get the job done.
Amateur boxing often means fighting very frequently. There is little time to rest or adjust. You have to learn fast and adapt even faster. That builds real fighters. How did you adapt between fights during tournaments?
Training, I think that's why I adapted. I used to spar different guys and also females, different guys and females who have different styles. So I started to adapt quickly because of that. So because most of the boxers come with different styles, in order for you to adapt to those styles, you have to spar different people from different cities and also provinces. It works like that.
Every amateur boxer remembers their first medal. It's a special moment. First medal. It validates all the hard work. It also gives confidence to keep going. Can you describe the feeling when you won your first medal?
Can I describe the time I won my first medal?
Yes,
I was happy. It also showed me that I can go through with boxing. It showed me and gave me courage. And also, I was so excited. Okay.
what was the biggest challenge you faced in amateur competitions? Tell me please about your biggest challenge.
My biggest challenge that I faced in amateur competition, it was in the championships, in the SA championships, because we fight each and every day. The more you win, the more you're gonna fight. So you don't have time to rest. You don't have time to increase your weight. You must be always on weight and also energetic. So I had to adapt to everything. The last fight that I had in amateur is the one that I was like, now I'm tired. But at the end of the day, I'm still going. I'm still going because I want that win.
Different medals come with different emotions. Gold feels like victory, but silver and bronze teach important lessons. Sometimes losses teach more than wins. That's part of the journey. What did your silver and bronze medals teach you?
They taught me not to give up. They taught me that in life, you're not going to get everything you want. You have to work for it. Even if you work for it, there are people out there in different countries who are good, who are very good in the sport of boxing. So even if you lose, you must know what you want and what you wanted, what was your goal in order for you to go on with your career. So if I quit because I got silver or bronze, that shows me I'm not strong enough to be a boxer.
Being a champion at regional level is never easy. Gauteng is full of strong fighters. Johannesburg too. Winning there proves your level. What made you stronger when competing in Gauteng and Johannesburg?
Training. Training made me stronger. Training made me to realize that I'm strong enough to take any woman who comes with a challenge, because each and every woman, they're hungry to prove themselves that we can do it. As you can say you can do it, I also can do it. I trust and believe in my training. So as much as you say you can do it, I also can do it.
I I like amateur boxing. Amateur boxing is often more about speed and points. You need sharp technique and quick decisions. It's a very technical game, very technical game. Not everyone can master it. What was your biggest strengths in amateur boxing?
My biggest strength was body shots. Body shot. I used to throw body shots and override a lot because women mostly have a tendency of forgetting to do body because they're just focusing on the face and stuff like that. But as a woman, when you throw body shots, that's where we know that you're gonna start breathing and your breath is gonna like go down bit by bit. That was my biggest strength. Body shots are my biggest strength.
Which amateur fight do you remember the most and why?
Women's Day. My biggest amateur fight that I remember the most, it was Women's Day because I represented women and also GPV. So I was there to represent women that they can do it, whether which sport you are in, you can do it. If you put your mind in it, your heart in it, you can do it.
How did you handle losses in your amateur career?
How did I handle my losses?
Yes.
Perfectly fine because a loss to me is not a loss, it's a lesson. And also I learned from those lessons. That shows I was not good enough. There are mistakes I have to go back to the gym to fix. Is a loss is something that you mustn't uh, cry about. Is not something is something that you mustn't discourage you. It's something that must encourage you. It's something that must build you because it shows you are good enough, ne? But not that enough. As when you fight and you get a loss, you can go back to the drawing board, fix your mistakes, and come back stronger.
I always pay attention to technical fighters because that's what separates good from great. Power is important, but technique wins fights at the biggest level. You can see when someone is well schuled, it shows in every moment. How would you describe your boxing style? Tell me please about your boxing style.
Even me myself, I don't know my boxing style because I know how to be a bit Mexican and sometimes a big Philippine. I don't know. I don't know. My boxing style is confusing because each and every time I fight, I have a different style. I don't fight the same way that I fought in the last fight because opponents are different.
Footwork is something casual fans often underestimate, but real boxers know it's everything. How important is footwork in your game?
Very important. If you know how to move in the ring, you be comfortable in throwing your punches. The more you move, the more you know and think where to throw, how to throw it. You be skillful. Mm.
A strong jab is one of the most important weapons in boxing. Strong jab. It controls distance and sets everything up. Many champions build their entire style around it. It's simple but powerful. How do you use your jab during a fight?
Each and every round, I use my jab. I I set with my jab. I start with the jab. I end with the jab. As they say, a jab is a key to all the punches you're gonna throw. A boxer is a boxer with a jab. If you don't have a jab as a boxer, then you're not a boxer because the important key in boxing is a jab.
What type of defense do you rely on the most?
I like to counter. Also, was sleep. I love sleeps as well, and side to side movement and angles. It depends where I catch you because you can't just throw unnecessary punches. If I see an angle, I will get it. I will take it.
Combination. Punching is what makes boxing exciting. It's not just about one punch, but how you connect them. Timing and rhythm, okay, that's real skill. How do you build your combinations? Tell me
Through
please
the back,
about
I
your
start.
combination.
Yeah, I start learning them through the back. I improve them through the back, and each and every punch that I throw, each and every combination that I throw, I do it over and over again so that it can get used to my body. Also, I will get used to it so that when I enter the ring, I'm used to throwing those combinations. Than me learning combination inside the ring, it doesn't work like that.
How do you develop your timing in the ring?
How do I value my timing in the ring? Each punch, you must know where to punch because in order for you to see your opponent, you need timing. You can't just throw yourself in the opponent while we know the opponent is high guarded. You need timing. You need to know where to hit. If you need a body shot to go up, then you can do body shots to go up. But timing is a really important thing when it comes to boxing.
Distance control is everything in boxing. If you control distance, you control the fight. It's
Mhm.
something that separates amateurs from professionals. Not everyone masters it. How do you manage distance against different opponents?
When it comes to professional
In amateur and now in professional,
or an amateur or distance, okay. I managed quite well because I know my distance, my reach. Even if I'm a short person, I'm very short, but I know if I enter inside your body as a short person, I know how to close my reach, like the distance. I know how to close the distance because I'm a shorter person. I close the distance because I'm short, but I don't know about tall people actually. I don't know about tall people. Yeah.
head movement is a sign of high-level boxing. It makes your hard to hit. It also creates openings. It's not easy to master. How do you train your head movement?
With the rope, with the bag, oh, there's this round bag that I use to train my head movement, and this rope also pads. The more I move, the more I throw. So that's how I master my head movement. So that when I move, I know how to throw. When I move to the other side, I know how to throw. Yes.
Counterpunching is a dangerous skill. You punish your opponent's mistakes. It requires patience and sharp vision. Not every fighter can do it well. Do you consider yourself a counterpuncher?
Yes, I do consider myself a counterpuncher, but not most of the time I counterpunch because I'm a pressure boxer because of the height that I have. So I can counterpunch you, yes, but a pressure one, yes, I'm a pressure boxer.
Ring
Mm.
IQ is what separates champions from contenders. You are a very smart boxer. It's about
Mhm.
reading the fight, making adjustments in real time. That's high level boxing. How do you improve your ring IQ?
Sparring. I improve my ring IQ through sparring because if I can I can see each and every punch that I do through sparring. In fighting, it's gonna be easy, much easier, because the more you spar different people, the more your ring IQ is gonna improve. So when you go to a fight, you know how to react from those punches.
Feints are very smart weapon. They create reactions. They open opportunities. Experienced fighters use them a lot. How often do you use feints in your fights?
How often do I use fights in my fights? Most often, because as we know that women need sponsors and we need to be well known and recognized as well. So the more I fight, the more people will know that I fought, so that I can get sponsors through my page.
Inside fighting is very tough. It requires strength and technique. Not every fighter is comfortable there. It's a different battle. How do you feel fighting on the inside?
I feel great. I enjoy it because me as a short person, I love being an inside fighter. Also, it improves the stamina that I have. The more I'm an inside fighter, the more I have stamina.
Training drills are where technique is built. Preparation creates perfection. Fighters spend hours on small details. That's what fans don't see. What technical drills do you focus on the most?
Technical drills that I do the most: back work, head work, footwork, core work, and also other other technical things that I do. Because as a boxer, we all know that a technical training is gonna form you to the bigger stages. So each and every technical uh, thing that I do, it forms me to go to the fight.
Mistakes are part of the game. Even top fighters make them. The key is learning and improving. That's how champions grow. What technical mistakes are you currently working to fix?
Leg move, footwork. That's my technical thing I need to fix most of the time. My footwork is not sharp. It is sharp, but not that sharp the way I want it to be.
At the highest level, small details decide everything. One move can change the fight. That's why technique matters so much. It's the foundation of success. What technical skill do you want to master next?
My technical skill that I want to master the next is angles. I want to master angles so that I can be more smarter, more sharper at my boxing.
And next, I wanna to talk about your professional career. The transition to pro boxing is never easy. Different pace, different pressure, different mindset. Some fighters struggle with it, others evolve. What was the hardest part of moving from amateur to professional boxing?
Training. The training is different. The runs are also different. The hours that you have to put your work in, it's also different. And it's quite hard because in amateur, there's other less things you don't do, you do in pro. And also the sparrings sessions are also different in pro.
Were there any problems with the promoters at the start?
No, there was no any problems with the promoters and anything, no.
Your first professional fights versus Librach Mtarini in 2025. Starting your pro career with a loss is something many fighters fear, but it can also be a powerful lesson. It can build champions. It depends on how you respond. What did your debut loss teach you?
It taught me to be who I am. Actually, I remembered that I have goals that I have to achieve. As I said, a loss is not a discouragement towards me. It always encouraged me that I have something in the gym that I am short of, that I have to fix. And I think most of the boxers have this thing, if I lose, I'm a coward or something like that. No. You must know your goals. You must know what you want to achieve in boxing. And you must know why you started boxing to begin with. And my loss, it taught me a lot. That showed, Kia, you still need to put more work in the pro world. There's a difference, as it was my first debut, there's a difference between amateur and pro. And that loss taught me you can do it, you can go through it, and also you can make it until the very end.
Tell me please about the preparation for the debut fight.
I was training 3 times a day, and then sometimes twice a day. It depends on the hours that I started to wake up. It was very hard training because I was still new in pro. I never knew nothing. So when I started my debut, I was training like I'm crazy. But even though I was training, there are things that I didn't do in the fight. There are things that I was not even comfortable in. That's why I'm saying that fight taught me a lot. It taught me that you need to put more work than you think.
What do you think went wrong in the debut fight? Perhaps a strong opponent for the start?
That what went wrong in the debut fight? I didn't fight my game plan. I was not composed. I wanted to prove to her that I'm a champion in the amateurs. I've been in the game. It's like I wanted to tell her that I knew what I want and what I came here for. But the problem is I underestimated the opponent before everything started, and that was my problem.
Do you want revenge?
Definitely, I still want that fight. Now it can be a nice one because now I'm fit. So she can come. Yes, I want that revenge back.
Not everyone can bounce back after a loss. Takes
Mhm.
strength and discipline. You came back with three wins. That says a lot. What changed in you after the first defeat?
Everything changed. My training changed. The way I was throwing punches changed. The way I was also, my stamina changed because we had different levels and different blood things to fight in. So everything changed.
Winning streaks build confidence. How did you mentally prepare for your comeback fights?
Um, my confidence actually, because I told myself I can do it. I will do it, and I know I can do it. It's just that my first fight, I was not confident in myself that much. But my second fight, I knew what I wanted, and I remembered the goals and the achievements I want in my life when it comes to boxing.
What did you change in the preparation for the second fight versus Abigail Gaboneva?
My training. I changed the training. I did more sparring sessions with the champions, and I sparred a lot of champions, men, also women, at the same time. So I I started to mix and went to my old ways of amateur, because in amateur I was also like this. And then I started to think that, remember, you came this far because you wanted certain things. So you need to change your training in order for you to be more confident in your training.
Are you satisfied with the course of the second fight?
Definitely. Yes, I am.
Uh, What is this feeling to win your second fight?
An exciting feeling, an amazing feeling that I didn't doubt myself when I started this sport, and I knew what I want, and I know what I want to achieve in a long way. So it was very exciting feeling, showing to myself that you still can do it. You still have what you want.
Your boxing skills is amazing. It's great. You win your first fight versus Abigail Gaboneva. What do you think about this opponent?
Abigail.
Yes, Abigail.
Abigail was a great opponent, but not good enough for me as a boxer. Not good enough. She was great, but she was not greater than me inside the ring, because I even said it to myself that she can be a great boxers out there than yourself. You know you can do it, whether you like it or not. You know you can do it.
I I've been following your recent fights and it's clear you gaining momentum with each performance. You are building experience step by step and fans are starting to notice. Let's go let's go talk about your third fight. How did you feel stepping into the ring for your third fight against Voni Sithola?
I felt great because I was ready to show the fans that I still got it as a boxer. And also, I also wanted to prove to myself that I still got it. So people have this thing of actually speaking ill that, it was the second fight, maybe it's a lucky. There's no lucky in boxing. We all box different, and we all go in the ring with different mentalities. So yeah, the second fight was the best. I mean, the third fight was the best because it really shows my comebacks were strong.
Did you feel any added pressure going into your third fight against Vinny Sithola?
No, I only I was only worried about my performance, like my performance. How will I perform? That's it. I don't care about the boxing stuff. I knew I got the win, but the only thing that I wanted to perform to attract sponsors. I wanted to perform so that sponsors can see me and start to sponsor me as a female boxer.
Split decision always bring controversy and strong emotions. They show how close the fight really was. How did you react when you heard the split decision result in your favor?
Okay, for me, it was a normal reaction because I knew I got the fight. She also brought the game because it was a first bout and it was an opening bout. So we had to give people the nice fight for the opening bout. And we did that. We did exactly that. But according to me, even if we did that and it was a split decision, I knew I was going to take that win at the end of the day home.
Close fights often reveal character. They test your mindset as much as your skill. Do you think you clearly won that fight, or do you understand why it was close?
I did clearly won that fight because, according to the way I was watching my fight, that was not supposed to be a split decision. Most of the people, they do know it was not supposed to be a split decision. But there's a difference between refs, boxers, and managements. So I'm a boxer. I can see what I see, and managers and also judges, they see you differently from outside the ring. So yeah, it is what it is.
Every every tough fight adds something to your development, especially early in a career. What did that close fight teach you about yourself as a fighter?
Well, the third fight,
Yes,
it
yes,
taught,
versus Vinny Sithola.
yeah, it taught me that even if it's a split decision, even if what happens in the ring, I'm still strong and capable of doing what I want. So I really enjoyed my third fight because I was the opening bout. So I love to start most of the time, so, so that I can see different fights as well.
Moving forward, fighters often try to improve after close calls. Adjustment become key. What changes did you make after that fight going into your next bout?
The fourth one,
Yeah,
yeah. The changes is I did a lot of changes because there's a difference. You can't fight the same way. Boxers learn to read someone's style. So the more you change your style, the more the boxers are going to be confused about how you fight and how do you bring the game in.
your last fight marked an important milestone in your career. Moving up to six rounds is a
Mhm.
big step for any young fighters. It shows trust from your team and growth in your abilities. How did
Mhm.
it feel going into your first six-round fight against Asisipho Hlusana?
It felt great. I was like, I wanted to test myself that am I able to stand the sixth round? Am I able to train that hard? Because the more you go up rounds, the more the training is gonna be intense. So I was too confident in myself because I did all the four rounders. I'm like, nah, now I know what I'm gonna do. Let's move up to the rounds. Let's move to the six rounds. Because I wanna achieve a Gauteng title. I want to get also an SA. And so if I get those belts, the sooner I can be a world champion.
6 rounds requires a different mindset and preparation. It's not just about speed anymore, but also endurance and control. What was the biggest difference you felt compared to your previous 4 round fights?
The difference is the more the rounds they're adding, the more the stamina and the adrenaline is different. Because if you are used to four rounders, as the first six rounders, you're gonna feel it that now I'm going to the upper dogs now. So that means I have to have more runs for the stamina, because the more the rounds are increasing, the more you need also the stamina. So yeah, I was fine actually. When I was the sixth round, I was pretty fine, calm and collected and composed.
Cardio and pacing become crucial over 6 rounds. Did you change
Mhm.
did you change your training camp to focus more on stamina?
Yes, long distance runs. I did long distance 20 kilometers, 16 kilometers, and I was running long distance. So my cardio was the intense one, because the more rounds they go, the more I have to have stamina and last in the rounds as well.
Wow, you did a great job. Well done. How did
Thank you.
how did you manage your energy throughout the fight?
Pacing myself, I started to pace myself because I didn't want to waste my energy like that. Round one was to read my opponent. Round two, that's where I pick up, see timing, get those good shots. Then round three, then I go with a different pace. The more the rounds they go up, the more I also become different in different rounds.
Winning on points in a longer fights shows maturity and ring IQ. Your ring IQ is amazing at a high level. Do you think this fight showed a more mature version of you as a boxer?
Yes, because I the more I saw myself that I can go through anything and finish all the rounds as a boxer, it tests your mentality and your mindset. So I was like, okay, the more I win the rounds, the more I'm able to stand the rounds, the more I will go through everything.
Going the full distance for the first time is always a special experience. How did you feel in the later rounds, especially rounds 5 and 6? You feel comfortable?
Yes, I did. I felt comfortable because I knew what I wanted. Because the first round, I didn't rush. As I said, I didn't rush. My first round, I read my opponent. And I'm able to read my opponent because I can't just rush like that. So the fifth and sixth round, I was more confident, more energetic. I also had stamina to last. So I'm like, I can even go 8 rounds now.
Every longer fight teaches something new. What did you learn from completing all 6 rounds for the first time?
I learned that I must be more confident, as I've been confident in everything. So I learned that the more I train, the more better boxer I become, the more greater I become. So yeah, each camp, each training, it teaches me that I have to be more greater than other boxers out there.
Confidence grows after such milestones. Did this victory give you more confidence to step into even longer fights in the future? Even longer fights.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm sorry, you were glitching. I didn't hear the question.
Did this victory give you more confidence to step into even longer fights in the future?
Yes, it did. It showed me that I can go more rounds, and I will go more rounds because we face different opponents, which is true, but it really showed that I'm strong enough to go eat like longer rounds.
Each fight shapes the future direction of your career. Do you feel ready now to move to 8-round fight soon?
Yes, I would definitely love to go to 8 rounds. As a flyweight, yes, I would definitely love to go to 8 rounds.
Every fighter has someone they look up to. Legends inspire the next generation to dream bigger and work harder. These influences often shape your style in the ring. My favorite boxer of all time is Gennady Gennadyevich Golovkin, Triple G. Who is your favorite boxer of all time and why?
At all times, Mike Tyson. He's aggressive. He's he's too much of, he has a lot of aggression. But my boxer that I love when it comes to women is there are two boxers, Clarissa Shield and Caroline Dubois. And when it comes to men, I love Mike Tyson and Naoya Inoue. Those are my boxers.
What is your favorite fight of Mike Tyson's?
The one he was fighting George Foreman. That was my favorite fight.
Mike Tyson versus George Foreman. Mike Tyson never fights against George Foreman.
It was not George Foreman. It was Helfield, isn't it?
Mike Tyson has never fought with Foreman.
Wait a minute. It's Helfield. Helfield. It was Helfield.
Maybe Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick.
Oh, okay. I get you. Yes.
Because Mike Tyson never fought Foreman.
Okay. There's no problem. I have problem of switching names, actually.
Do you think Mike Tyson styles peekaboo would be effective in today's boxing?
Indeed. Peekaboo is the most dangerous style because we never know what's gonna come. He's aggressive, the way he ducks, the way he moves. Peekaboo is the different styles that nobody can stand as a boxer.
Have you ever tried to use any techniques inspired by Mike Tyson in your fights?
I can also do peekaboo. I think I can do those things. Teach myself how to do peekaboo, but mostly I love the way Mike Tyson was aggressive, the way he was so strong. It really applies that as a boxer you need to be strong, you need to be aggressive as well,
Even,
but smart at the same time.
even today, Mike Tyson remains a
Yes.
huge influence on boxing culture and fans around the world. If you had the chance to meet Mike Tyson, what would you ask him?
I will ask him what made you to be who you are, because you became a different boxer and also a legend. What made you to be who you are, and what made you to continue boxing to be the legend you are?
And Naoya Inoue. Japanese boxing is on another level right now. Fighters like Inoue and Nakatani are dominating and impressing the whole world. Their discipline, technique, and are incredible. What do you think makes Naoya Inoue so special compared to other fighters?
The ring IQ. He has a high ring IQ, and also the monster he has inside him. He's so skillful. He knows how to play chess inside the ring, which is something that nobody, like no boxer can do. And the yesterday fight between Nakatani and Inoue, it showed that boxers are very skillful. Naoya Inoue has it all. Aonda as a boxer, he has it all. Whatever you want as a boxer, you see it in Naoya. So it really showed me that this guy is too much for being a boxer. He's very too much.
Did you like the fight between Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani?
Yes, I loved it actually. I was so, I was in the edge because the way they were playing chess, it really showed. But some boxers out there, they're very skillful, and the worst part, they are both Japanese, so they knew where to draw, how to draw it, and when to draw it, and they are the best in the division. They were 32-0, both of them, and it was a very great fight yesterday, a chess fight yesterday.
I want to see fight Naoya Inoue versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez. This one of the most exciting potential fights in boxing right now. Two elite fighters with incredible skills and very different styles. Fans around the world would love to see this matchup. How do you see a fight between Naoya Inoue and Jesse Bam Rodriguez playing out?
Okay, for me, Bam is a great fighter. I won't lie. He's a best fighter. He knows how to use angles. But for me, I still go with Naoya. The guy's a monster. The guy's a legend himself. He's been in the game. So the way he throws, the IQ, the punches, the body and up, and the speed he has, he's so skillful for a boxer. And also Bam. Bam is a great fighter, best fighter. I love Bam, but for me, Naoya is always gonna be the first person that I'm gonna love, regardless of what. He's gonna be on top, whether he faces Bam. But I know through that fight, I see Naoya winning the fight.
100%, absolutely, I agree with you.
Mm.
Fights like this often come down to small details. Timing, distance, and disciplines can decide everything. Which fighter do you think has the better boxing IQ in this matchup?
Naoya has the best IQ because he's been in the game. He's been in the game. Bam just comes up now, but he's also great, but he's still young when it comes to Naoya. He has a lot to learn. He has a lot of fight to fight in order for him to reach Naoya's level. Naoya has a best IQ, best.
Outside the ring, boxing still plays a big role in a fighter's life. What do you enjoy most about boxing besides fighting?
Discipline. Outside the ring, boxing teaches you to be disciplined in your life. It teaches you to be a woman, especially me because I'm a female. It teaches me to be a woman of my level, to know what I want, what I don't want. Because in our generation, recently, there's a lot of things that are happening outside the world, different things that are happening. People go partying, people go drinking, which is okay, it is normal, but for a boxer, it's not, because a boxer needs to be disciplined. A boxer needs to know what they want. So for me, partying is not something that I want as a boxer. It shows that I'm disciplined and I know what I want, even outside the ring.
Knockouts and skills both attract fans in different ways. Do you enjoy watching knockouts more or high-level technical fights?
High level technical fights. Because that's where I learn as well as a boxer. We take little details from different fighters.
As we come closer to the end of this interview, I want to look ahead. Your journey is just beginning, and there is still so much ahead for you. The future in boxing is full of opportunities. Where do you see yourself in the next 2-3 years in boxing?
2 to 3 years in, let's say 3 years in boxing, I want to get a world title because I've been working hard, I've been aiming high, and I know that I can do it. So in 3 years' time, I want to sell myself as a world champion in flyweight because I know that it's quite hard, especially for us women, to reach certain level in order for us to compete for world titles. So I'll push through my everything, and in 3 years' time, I see myself as a world champion. That's my dream. That's my goal.
What is your biggest goal in boxing right now? Maybe not just world champion, maybe undisputed champion.
Yeah. Okay. That's also that's also nice. So like being an undisputed champion at a very young age is also nice. I would love that because the reason also that I want to be anticipated is in a way the way he boxes. It really inspires me as a boxer for for a guy to have that ring IQ and stuff like that.
Fans are always excited to see what's next. Every fight brings new challenges and experience. What can what can fans expect from you in your next fights?
Different fighter. That's what I can say. I don't want to expose my thing, my everything. So what I can say, a different fighter, a different atmosphere, and a different um, boxing IQ I will bring.
Support from fans plays a big role in every athlete's career. It gives energy and confidence. What would you like to say to your fans who support you?
I would love to say thank you for everything. Thank you for the support you give me, and thank you for believing in me. And I will definitely not disappoint. As I said in my first debut, I will come back strong, and I did come back strong. And I'm stronger now, strong enough to take every woman in flyweight, and which is gonna be a challenge, but I will stand that challenge. I will stay in that challenge. Each boxer is a challenge, but the stronger boxer is the boxer who steps inside the ring and challenge you. That's the strongest boxer. I have much respect of those boxers.
Before we finish, it's always nice to reflect on the journey and look forward with positivity. Is there anything you would like to say that we didn't ask you about? Perhaps you would like to say something else?
What I can say is that boxers are going through a lot, but what I can say to a boxer to another boxer, know the achievement you want, know the goals you want to go through. You set goals, you know the goals that you want to achieve. A lose mustn't discourage you, but encourage you to be the better version of yourself. That's what I want to say.
Golden words. You are wise. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you today. Your story, your fights, and your mindset are truly inspiring. I'm sure this is only the beginning of something big. Thank you so much for this
Thank you so much.
and I wish you all the success in your future career. I wish you to become
Thank you so much.
undisputed champion in 2 or 3 weight classes.
Thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate the wish. Thank you.
Goodbye and good luck.
Bye. Goodbye.